how are you?
Hey everybody, how you
Hey,
doing?
what's up? What's up?
I
What's up,
hope I don't
opinion?
have a damn echo.
Hey, Perry. Hey, Sharrell.
Hi everybody. Hold on one second. I gotta turn this
Da-da-da.
mic down. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is getting so damn good. I can't even take it. We're going to talk about what's going on behind the scenes, how Andy Cohen wants to wring Bethenny Frankel's neck.
Yep. Well, I mean, let's correct something. It's getting great behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
'Cause
yeah.
the
That's
show ain't
what I
worth a
meant.
damn this season.
It's getting great behind the scenes. It's so good. But first I wanted to touch this subject really quickly because Alabama, y'all not playing. Okay, so was it Saturday this weekend? Footage was released. I guess there was a black man that was attacked in in Montgomery, and it caused a race fight. A race fight. Now, let me say this really quickly before we start talking about race, because race is a sensitive topic, but it's the running theme with Atlanta. It's real important more than ever for Black people to stick together against racism, especially now. And I'm sure my white subscribers understand because they're going through a time right now where they're really trying to erase Black history. They passed a law in Florida where you're not allowed to have it in the schools, even the colleges, African American studies. They're trying to change the verbiage that slaves benefited. Just
Yeah, that's some
that
bullshit.
slaves benefited from slavery. It sounds like a joke. It sounds ridiculous. But let me tell you this. If a person came out and said that the Holocaust was just a sham and they really did like Hitler, the Jews would stand up and fight against that. You can't erase history. It is what it is.
Mhm.
We might know what it is right now, what happened and what slavery really meant. But if you don't put a stop to it, our kids and our kids' kids, it'll get lost in the sauce. Okay, so whenever I get a chance to stand up for an injustice, any type of injustice, and I can do something about it, I stand up. But I really stand up with race because we can't let them just erase our history like that. And I'm sure the Jewish community will feel the same exact way if someone tried to rearrange history.
Right.
So, and right now it's just the law in Florida, but there's all kind of other states looking into that. So it's real important that we stick together as African Americans because we want our story told. We
Right,
can't
go
let
ahead.
it get washed in the sauce. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I
So
mean, and I think everybody's that way. Like, history is history. Just show it as it was. If mistakes was made, it was made. You learn from history. Now, they can get rid of the slavery shit or try to out of the history books, but let you go and say Christopher Columbus didn't damn discover America. They ain't gonna get rid of that. You see what I'm saying? So everybody, it's
we
crazy.
have to protect history. We really, really do. But so I had no idea this was going to happen this weekend, but I might as well talk about it since listen, I love Shmoopy. White Jew here. You don't erase history. You do not erase history. Bloody racists do these things, girl. They do. They're trying to erase history. And so I feel that the Black people are upset about it and things are just happening. So, and it's really happening in Atlanta. I can't wait to talk about Atlanta. Let me get this out the way so I can talk about Atlanta. Anyway, so this went down in your neck of the woods again. What y'all got going on down there? Opinion. What the hell?
But now this wasn't in my neck of the woods. This was in Montgomery. Let's clear that one up. This one wasn't in my neck of the woods. This is about an hour and 20 minutes away from me. But
It's an hour and 20 minutes away from you.
yeah, an hour and 20 minutes away. It's a whole nother county. Let me tell you something. I told y'all we still deal with racism here in Alabama.
Mhm,
People don't think so, but we do. Um,
mhm.
I feel sorry for that little worker. He was only trying to tell them to move their boat so that riverboat could dock. And as a result, he got jumped.
Wait, but you said that there were people on the boat, right?
Yes, the little 16-year-old boy that y'all saw swimming in the ocean, he's an honor student.
He's an honor student.
Yes, he's an honor student, and he saw the injustice happening. And he jumped off the boat and he decided to go help.
It was crazy. Let me play a little clip. Absolutely crazy. I think race is heightened right now with African Americans, and especially in Alabama. Y'all not playing down there. Let's take a look at this.
And thank you for joining us for the news at 5. I'm Brady Tolbert.
And I'm Julia Avant. We're covering news that is getting national attention that happened right here in the river region. Last night, a brawl broke out at the riverfront and several people were detained. Viewer video shows multiple people involved in the fight. Soon after, Montgomery police arrived, arresting several people. They say charges are pending. We are working to gather the latest information on this. Montgomery police said the entire incident is under investigation as they comb through multiple videos provided by the public and city video surveillance. As you can imagine, many residents have their thoughts on this incident. We spoke with one man visiting the riverfront today.
With this being Montgomery and the birthplace of civil rights with a lot of his history, it's unfortunate that we make news now for the wrong reasons. Hopefully, a lot of good may come out of this, maybe more policing, maybe better policies to prevent this from happening in the future.
Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed is also reacting this evening, saying in part, quote, "Last night, the Montgomery Police Department acted swiftly to detain several reckless individuals for attacking a man who was doing his job. Warrants are being signed and justice will be served," end quote. The mayor also went on to say that these types of actions are being investigated and will not be tolerated in the community. You can take a look at his full statement right now on WSFA.com.
Now, I did not show that tape, and y'all know why. Y'all all seen the tape. It went down in Alabama. It really went down. But here's the thing here. They have to arrest the people that started the brawl. They really do. They're asking, so far they've detained them, but they haven't pressed charges. So they were asking people for copies of the tape. Well, just go on Twitter. What you need copies for? Go on Twitter and you will see what happened. I mean, it was, and I haven't seen a brawl like that in a long, long time. The only part I will say was really bad is hitting the white lady over the head with a metal chair. But the rest of it, it was men on men. It was just insane. And it was very, very emotional. Very, very emotional. Because I've explained the times that we're going through. And I don't like it when there is an unjust and all Black people don't stand together. Let's talk about Kandi Burruss and these rumors going on with Kandi Burruss. Now, I told you guys a little bit yesterday. So the rumor is that when Kandi first came on the show, she realized that she wasn't making a lot of money. They said they didn't pay her that much at all. They didn't pay any of them like that at all. But they started giving Nene the most money because she was what they call the breakout star. So Kandi really went after Nene in the beginning. And I'll let you listen to this tape in a minute, because she was thinking of ways to market her businesses. She said she gave a name of the companies that she was trying to market it. And so she really went after Nene. When the topic of race came up, they're saying that she used that to her advantage. So what she did, and allegedly Nene has these tapes that are going to be played in court of Kandi talking about the racism they suffered from Andy Cohen. All of the African-American cast members were a part of it, okay? And like I said on Friday, allegedly, when she stood up, nobody stood up with her. But this was before she even got fired. And the rumor is Kandi used that as an opportunity. So instead of standing with the other women, when it came time to talk about Andy and how they felt that he was racist, she did not. But then this is the thing that really was crazy. Not only did she not stand up, she goes allegedly to Andy Cohen whispering all the bad things that Nene did and how she's a liability on the show. According to the rumors, Nene had no idea she was going to do this until one day she looked up and seen this interview. Now, this is crazy. Hold on. Here we go.
So the first year I came on, I remember it was just something to do. I was just like, oh, this should be fun, just something to do. But then my first year was so crazy. I was like, okay, the money they're paying me is not matching everything else that's coming along with this. I'm going to have to figure out other ways to make this make sense for me.
What did you think when Nene left, when she said that the show, that Bravo was racist towards her and so is Andy Cohen? What were your thoughts when you heard that from Miss Nene Leakes?
Well, that was her second time leaving. She had left months before, and she had come back. Realistically, I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody can have their own opinion. I did not agree. I mean, I personally feel like for years, she has already told people that, she used to brag about being the highest paid housewife, period, or highest paid person on the network or something like that. Definitely she would tell everybody she was the highest paid on our show or whatever, but it was always rumored. We don't know exactly how much people make on our network, but it's always been rumored that Housewives of Atlanta makes more than any of the other franchises. So to me, with that being said, you can't brag about being paid the most of anybody and then say that they're not treating you right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because like when you look at a job, a lot of times you equate that to your pay. You know what I'm saying? And this is technically a job. And so if they're paying you like, they supposed to have been paying you all these years, you can't come back and say, oh, they treated me unfairly because you didn't get something else that you wanted, or something that you didn't like, however, your contract that particular year. You can't go back and just negate everything else that, they've done in your situation. So that's why I cannot agree with that. I mean, I know a lot of the women, especially at that time, now we got a lot of new people. It's not as many of us still left on the show, but at that time, we still had like, 4 or 5 of us who had been there for a while. We was making some really good money. So I was just like, yeah, how does that work? You know what I mean? It's not like one person is doing well on the show. It's like multiple women on the show are doing really well. So to come back and be like, oh yeah, they treating us unfairly. I mean, yeah, it's certain things that you may not like, certain things that you may want to, try to do better. But overall, to say that they were racist, I didn't agree with that at all.
Did we hear what she just said?
Mm-hmm.
She said to say that Andy Cohen is racist, she does not agree with that at all. Now, okay, but then why are you talking to him about it? This is more than a little slippery, snaky to me. You straight out had it planned out, dog Nene ass out. I cannot wait for these emails to come back. That's more than just being a good businesswoman. That is slippery, slimy, if you ask me. Go ahead, Perry. What are your thoughts?
No, I just think this, she's saying this, but according to, like, if they go stand together, she's saying the highest paid. How can you say that? Now she's the highest paid, so I guess she can't say he's racist because she's the highest paid.
What you mean is, first of all, Kandi wasn't looking out for nobody's pocketbook but her own. Right? There's a special kind of cunning to this, because why didn't you say it when they brought up the subject? That's like, it's very, very calculated, and which people get in show business. But you don't leave your black sisters out there by themselves and jump on the white guy's side. who you know has a problem with African American cast.
Right. Because according to Nene, she have texts of them having discussions about race on the network. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. I mean, but some people won't always watch their back. Whatever's good for them.
No loyalty. So when it's her turn, are you shocked, Opinion?
She might be on mute.
She must be on mute. I'm disgusted because, okay, you might throw some low blows and whatever, but this was just beyond. She just thought about her damn self, and she always wants to be the highest paid, the one with the most attention, the one with the most accolades. She never thinks we, she thinks me.
Right.
Sherry says, I'm sorry, but Kandi is a backstabbing opportunist who only looks out for herself. Thank you. If you disagree, Kandi, why didn't you vouch for Nene with this court case? She should have been upfront vouching for Nene. They all should have came together like Friends did. Remember the cast of Friends? We all get paid the same. We all get treated the same. She don't want that. She don't want equal and fairness. But here's the thing. So the rumors are going around that Kandi Burruss is gone. She's going to get fired because of the budget cuts. But I wonder how Andy Cohen's going to feel when he reads those text messages. He put a lot of money into Kandi, wasted money, but he put a lot of money into her. He gave her all these spinoffs. Not a one was a hit. You don't have to play dirty to be the best. As a matter of fact, it's not your job to say you're the best. You leave that to other people to say she's the best. Yeah, how do I look? I want to be the best at everything. She wants to be the best. She's turning her back on her family. Because they've been complaining. Where the hell you been? You always out trying to be the best. Right. No, seriously. But the way she did Nene was so dirty, but she forgot one thing. There's a thing called karma. So when the tables turn and you're the one he ain't liking no more, how's that going to feel, Kandi Burruss?
Well, it's not going to feel good. I mean, hell, she might walk out saying he a racist. Look, to me, I just feel like Kandi is attention starved in so many ways. And I know people, fans of hers or people that's in denial, be like, well, no, she's a great businesswoman. Yeah. All that can be true. I mean, like she can be a great businesswoman and run whatever. But we talking about her character, how she act. Look at Escape. I think she's bitter. She'll hold a grudge for years. And any way to make her come out to be the greatest, she'll do it.
Let's talk about Escape. Let's talk about what those rumors are. So the rumors are she went to Bravo. Okay, so according to the rumors, she wanted to put Latasha's husband, I can't think of his name. They were tired of working with him. Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky something.
Rocky something. So she goes to
Rocky Bivens.
She goes to Andy, okay, and she says, I think this will be a good storyline. He says, no, that story's not strong enough. According to the rumors, she had somebody reach out to Lily. Okay, I don't know if you remember them. Lily goes back and tells the girls, do you want to take this opportunity? They say no. She has to convince Taj and Coco to do the show. Then she gets them on the show and tries to act like they're some scrubs and that they're the more popular group and they should headline the show. They were furious, absolutely furious. And she kept saying on air, we're the more popular group. We're the ones they're here to see. First of all, they didn't want to do the damn show, Kandi Burruss. They did it because they was convinced by Lily. But then you get them on the show to drag them through the mud.
Yep.
They said till this day, they won't have nothing to do with Escape, AKA Kandi. Let me see. Doesn't the CEO pay the secretary he's sleeping with? I just can't with Dawn. See, you can't win when you play dirty. I mean, why did she have to? She needed SWV to get the green light for the show, but she was worried that SWV would look better than them, and so then she proceeds with trying to muddy up their reputation. It was all talked about behind the scenes. People were absolutely they were she was the talk of the company at Bravo. So according to the rumors, they have this group chat that they all talk to each other in. And so they were talking about how Kandi's doing, why she did this to SWV. What? Why? She don't want anybody to outdo her in anything. It could be hula hooping. If she's not the best hula hooper, she'll go devise a plan for that.
It's actually called me syndrome.
It's called
everything's about me. Everything's about me. Let me shine. I'm shining like an eagle. You know, it doesn't matter.
Right, like a diamond.
Everything. Yeah, like a diamond. There you go.
But anyway, so I guess they're talking about it, and she's getting a bad reputation behind the scenes. And then somehow Bethenny Frankel gets wind of what's going on, and then finds out the things that Bravo's doing to Nene. Finds out the things that they're doing to Nene. So Bethenny Frankel starts talking to other people about it. When she starts talking to other people about it, they were like, not only are they doing this to Nene, they're doing this and this and this and this. They're saying that Andy Cohen's ego has spun out of control, and he does a lot of people wrong behind the scenes. If you're not one of his favorites, he doesn't give a damn.
Well, you know what though, and this is what I believe. I truly believe this. Like Nene for a long time, you know, when you up there high and you getting paid good money, you have the tendency to believe the person that's running the show care about you. Kandi gonna take it hard when it goes down. Just my opinion, because Andy don't give a damn about her. Andy has reached out there and did things, just in my opinion, like giving her spinoffs, doing all these things, because I feel like he need Nene to be the voice for him, and I'm sorry, not Nene, but Kandi, to go out there and carry out his orders and stuff, so his hands are clean.
It's a mess. It's like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, it's so much going on. So they're saying that Andy Cohen is more than mad at Bethenny Frankel. He's pissed. They said that he can't even see straight. But Bethenny Frankel is smart. She did what the group of the African-American women should have done themselves. There's power in numbers. They said she got up to 100 people from on camera, off camera, work there, doesn't work there anymore, like Nene. They said that Bethenny Frankel has basically turned his employees against him. Well, that's what happens too when you don't give a damn about anybody but yourself. When you get too many people having too many grievances, eventually they're going to turn against you. They're going to band together. Someone's going to say, he did this to me. Yeah, he did that to me too. And according to the rumors, one of the other persons that was really upset with Andy Cohen, I'm sorry, Vicky, this is just the rumors. They're saying that you and Tamara were really upset because when they left Bravo that time, there was no more money coming in for them. And then they were stuck with their reputations. This is a mess. But I'm really focused on the racist part. So they left no stone unturned. They're going to talk about the people. And I think they're talking about Raquel from Vanderpump Rules and Stassi and some sex tape. Now, I don't watch the show, but this is just what I hear. They're just talking about everything going down at Bravo that is a hot ass mess. And you only get to that situation when you keep doing people wrong. That's how I feel. But Kandi, you're gonna get your day. The rumor is, and then that they're saying that she's sitting in the fire chair. We all know that the people sitting closest to Andy are his favorites, have the strongest storylines. And as you get out, and if you're on the end, that's usually the fire seat. Somebody told me, she tried to explain that the reason that she's not sitting next to Andy is because they are the ones that are going to get the most flack, and she didn't want to get the most flack, so she decided to sit on the end. There's another rumor going around. Now, these are crazy rumors. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. And by the way, I'm talking about rumors. If you don't believe it, you don't believe it. I have to warn everybody, like, these are the rumors. I'm not saying you must believe this. But anyway, so there's a rumor going around that Andy Cohen is intentionally letting the show go down, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm asking this person, how do you intentionally let a show go down? They're saying he's not putting into it what he could be putting into it. Now, you've heard these rumors, right, Perry? And we tried to make it make sense, but Atlanta is going down.
It just didn't really make sense to me. Just to let
it doesn't make sense. Like, how does he let the show go down? But I know this last night's show should have never been aired. You mean to tell me that you were Bravo's one rated show for years, and this is the best you can do?
Yeah, it was pathetic.
It was so bad. Simply a Lady says, now Kandi is trying to save face. She is in her Speak On It released today with Cynthia. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That they should bring back Nene and Portia, but didn't mention Phaedra. Let me tell you, Kandi is about to eat crow. Candy's about to eat crow. So this episode was about Drew kissing LaToya. Okay. And how ironic is this? You're basically trying to out somebody. She's bi. She kissed women. She probably do more with women. First of all, you should never out anybody. Nobody should be obligated to talk about what they do in their bedroom, who they kiss, who they suck, pluck, and all that. That's nobody's business. You don't out people. And somebody said that Drew's mother is real religious, and they might have said a preacher. I don't know, but that could be a reason why she's not denying it. Kandi had a fit when they start talking about her having people in her bedroom, her drugging Phaedra, and what they meant by that is at these parties they hand out Molly. So much so that she had them fired, allegedly Carlos and Phaedra. And then not only did she have her fired, she said if she comes back, I'll leave the show. She threatened Bravo. She did. But now you're on here talking about who kissing who and who doing what. You've got your nasty dildos that you keep advertising. You end up outing yourself for having the sex parties. But now you up here, you want Drew to be on full display. And then this is what they mean by what they must mean about Andy is letting the show go down. Then she comes out in this interview, you know, they do an interview after, and says, oh, maybe it wasn't Drew. Let me play it. Oh, maybe it was. You talked about this for how long? And now maybe it wasn't Drew? No, Kandi, no. Let's play this.
Here you were with your arms around each other. I thought that was some progress.
Okay.
You guys went
Well,
from
Drew and
disliking each other to having a moment of, I don't know, what did you want to call it? I could have sworn y'all kissed. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was so much going on in that room.
I went to her room and I barfed in her bathroom and she held my hair back.
Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't.
You know, and for
Maybe
me,
it wasn't you after all.
I don't give a damn if they kissed or not, right?
No,
I mean, so
I don't think anybody cares.
and that's why I need to go. The Bolo stuff reappear because they have nothing to do. Nobody's sharing their real lives or bringing anything to the table. But this kissing thing, who gives a damn? But if you're gonna use it for a storyline and just to have some shit to talk about, for me, I just feel like, hey, you come out in the show and said they kissed. Then you come into, oh, well, maybe not. So basically you telling me yourself, you don't quite know. What's the difference besides the graphic nature of the dungeon when Phaedra and them said that you did this? And if you were so traumatized, just for me, I'm just wondering, if you were so traumatized by, you know, all these sex acts, why is everything sexual to you? You can't even have a peaceful fucking Christmas. What happened to the candy canes? Shit like that you would normally put on a tree. You got some damn dildos and some peach fuzz vibrators all over your shit. I you know, it's too freaky for me. That's your thing. But Don't worry about, oh, well, they put me in a bad light. They help you sell these items by mentioning your dungeons, your chains, your handcuffs, and whips. But I mean, if you want to get away from it and you're so traumatized, why are you still, advertising these things?
It's just so weird too. I mean, they really roll with this storyline. She's kissing the woman, and Drew's telling her no, and Latoya's saying no, but they act like they're not saying that, and they just keep going with it. How pathetic of a storyline! This should have never been aired. You mean to tell me after all this time, Andy Cohen, this is the best show you can produce? It was terrible. It was terrible.
I got a theory. Maybe they had to air this so Kandi can sell her products. Like maybe she had to sell these products because maybe they making more on the side by her sex shop than they making off the Housewives of Atlanta. Because these shows have been boring as hell. And you can't tell me, and Kandi got her thing. She's there, not there. When she comes, she ain't really bringing shit to the table. Neither one of them really truly are.
It needs to go. The show needs to go. Opinion, do you think am I being too harsh? They need to cancel it, reboot it, go. Bye-bye.
They definitely need to reboot it. I don't know. They need to let a lot of them go. I think this show has lost the nostalgia of what it really is. It was supposed to be about genuine friends. They had stuff going on, showing their fabulous life, going on trips. We don't see that no more.
We don't.
Well, and the basic of it was too, for me, just my opinion, it was the public get a chance to see Black women in a positive light doing business things, and they want to come down to who kissing who, how many vibrators can you stick in your purse, shit like that. I'm just, it's just too much.
Look, somebody said, Perry, why do you have a Christmas tree behind you? I think y'all need to take a second look on what's that on that Christmas tree. Perry is messy as hell. Sherry says, Kandi's trying to get the attention off of her and using Drew as a scapegoat. Most definitely. I cannot believe that it was a storyline, even to begin with. This show is so dull. It's not even funny. And now, was I talking to your opinion? Somebody said that they feel that Kandi knows she's getting fired and she's just playing along like Lisa Rinna did. Was that you or somebody else?
I think she's trying to work behind the scenes to make sure she secure that job, secure that bag. I'm pretty sure she done talk to her attorneys and be like, look, let's see what we can do to smooth it over. I might take a little bit of a pay cut, I think she's trying to do everything she can to take that check because, she said it's a pretty nice check. So
that check make her a millionaire, and there's a big difference in pay cut from where Kandi gets and where the other people get, and so that's why she doesn't care if there's racism going on. She's gonna sit back and enjoy her paycheck and enjoy the ride. Now that really, I don't roll like that. If I see my Black sisters being a victim and they got some genuine complaints, I'm there. But let's just say everybody's not like me, because I will stand up. I will talk. I don't care. I stand up for any kind of injustice.
Trust me, Sharrell, everybody not like you. It's some people out here that'll see you sinking and they won't give you a life jacket or they won't throw you a life raft, nothing.
How you live with yourself like that? How do you live with yourself?
Well, that's why they call selfish. Yeah. They only think about self. And here's the thing. You should have known that from when her kids was crying and that baby said, I want you at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you be away from your kids all this time like that, and you sat here and you even had a surrogate to carry these children for you to get them here, and then you don't spend no time with them. The worst thing you can do is when your kids are younger to be away from them.
She was too busy. She couldn't even have her own kid. She had to give a surrogate. I mean, Kandi has her priorities in the wrong place, in my opinion. You have a family, and no one's going to be number one at everything. And backstabbing people is temporary because karma is real. I believe what comes around goes around. And you might get a chance to be in that same seat that Nene sat in. When Andy Cohen turned his back on her, you might be there next.
And I'll say this too, to the Kandi lickers. Kandi ain't as dumb as a lot of people might think. Kandi is aware that she could be fired, and smartly so, right? Being the businesswoman that we hype her up to be, Business 101, when shit goes down and you start cutting costs, you start from the top. And if I'm paying you X amount of money, you need to produce, right? And I'll be worried too, because regardless of what people say about her businesses and all that stuff, how great she is, without the Housewives of Atlanta, that rest of that shit will come down. Like, that's why she's worried about, hey, you know, that 2 million or whatever she make per year keeps everything else going. And that's why I feel like that she's going out here, you know, trying to whether either get a troll farm or basically bring people under her wing to say good things about it.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
yeah, we know that.
Personally,
Yeah.
do I know her? No, I don't. I'm just talking about the show, the things I see, the things that, you know, she's getting paid for, right? But I'm just saying, like, bringing different people on the show every week just to incorporate them into the business where they can speak kind of her.
I mean, it's worse than that. So she does not stand up for racism on Bravo. She says, what racism? I don't see it. Andy Cohen is not racist. Then she comes on this morning show this morning. I wonder if I can play this. And not only does she come on, she's promoting some show she's doing on Broadway. She says that Black people need to stick together, and we don't have a voice on Broadway. And so therefore we need to help her, support her, and buy her tickets. She's asking for help from Black people when you gave Nene no help for racism. I've been saying from start, Nene should have organized as many people as possible around a lawsuit, including M2M or Married to Medicine. Yeah. And Potomac, if KB didn't want to. Listen to this. Now, I'm not going to play it. I just want you guys to hear this clip of Kandi Burruss this morning saying that Black people should come out and support her and her show because we got to stick together because we don't have a voice on Broadway. Now, this is the same woman who came out and said Andy Cohen's not racist.
It's the same woman
No
who didn't want to support
whatsoever.
SW.
Now she wants to pull the race card.
It's the same woman who didn't want to support SWV.
Yes. And when you say, I mean, I want everybody to feel, to know that they're all welcome to see the show. This show is for everybody, but it is important for us to.
I can't hear it, Sharrell.
Black talent.
I can hear it.
Nothing.
Let me try this. Hold on. It's so ironic. Like, did she forget that she told everybody that Andy Cohen's not racist? And then you come on the show this morning saying that you need Black support. Let me see if I can turn it up. A hot ass mess. And that show last night, oh my God.
No, it was pretty pathetic. It was boring. Nothing really came out. You know, some people was like, oh, well, it's pretty good. Well, I mean, I don't see it.
Who said it was good?
I mean, well, you know, the people who just love just to see Kandi out there, I guess. I don't know.
Tell me if you can hear this.
Yes. And when you say, I mean, I want everybody to feel, to know that they're all welcome to see the show. This show is for everybody, but it is important for us to celebrate Black talent in front of and behind the scenes, because on Broadway, a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So that's why I always say it's especially important to go out and support these shows, because Black shows do not get the same funding as other shows. Yes.
Is it me or did she just pull the race card? She wants Black people to buy her tickets.
Because.
But you don't want to help other Black people make more money.
Yeah, she said because the Black people don't get the funding that other people do. But she don't give a damn on the show whether they get the funding, as long as she get it.
It's a hot ass mess. Now let's go over this show real quick before I drop this link, because I got to take calls today. It's been 3 days in a row. Did you enjoy any of the show? It's so crazy.
Me? Oh,
yeah.
No, I mean, really, I really didn't for the most part, because it was just the same. Who kissed who, and it's still no resolve to it. And I got the same thing. Kenya, nothing really came up. I mean, really, Kenya should do the same thing Kenya did. Get a blog and have a babies channel, because I love the baby to death. That's your storyline? I feel like
that show was trash. It was trash.
I feel like Marlo and Kenya got mystery men, just to act like they got some. Right? I mean, nobody's really bringing anything.
It's horrible.
That's about it. It's nothing.
It's trash. If you ask me, Opinion, did you have anything positive to say about the show before I start bringing up callers?
I guess I enjoyed seeing Cynthia, but she was boring still. But I still enjoyed seeing her.
And
It was
Kandi
terrible.
I guess if I do anything, Kandi know her product, and she gave a great class on the fuzz peach, telling women how they could use it. If you press it up against your jaw, it'll give them the vibration sensation. You can lift it underneath his nuts. I mean, she went through the whole gamut.
I can't. Anyway, also, I won't talk about that. I guess something went down on another channel. Kandi sending people into other people's chat. It's a mess, but let's just start taking off. Hey, Sheila.
Hey,
What's up, Sheila?
how are you? Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Hey,
What's up,
Hey,
baby?
Sharrell. Hey, Perry.
Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer. Hi, Emmanuel.
What's up, Emmanuel?
Hey, Denzel. Hey,
up, Denzel?
Michelle.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
Hello.
Oh, we can't forget Dapper Don. We got Dapper Don in here.
All right.
All right. Let's start with you, Sheila. What are your thoughts on everything I said today?
Let me tell you something. I saw Kandi for who she was from day one. How she came on there with the sole purpose of wanting to be top dog. And Nene, she initially was trying to befriend her. Then all of a sudden she turned too quickly for that not to be her plan. And everybody is talking about, she's going to be fine without the show. Yeah, she will be, but she's not acting like she would be, because walk away from it then.
Walk away, girl.
And this show helped her to promote her businesses, because who cared about who Kandi was?
Yeah.
Nobody, until she got on that show. Yeah, she's promoting other businesses. Yeah, that's great. That's fine. But your character speaks volume, and she has a bad character. I don't care what nobody say. Her character is horrible.
For me, it's the fact that you left your cast members hanging.
Yeah.
All said, we were tired of this. We're tired of being mistreated. Let's stand up. Let's do something. And even if she changed her mind, the least she could have did was remain silent. But no, she came out and said, Andy Cohen's not racist, and left the other girls hanging. And it created an atmosphere of fear, because they were like, oh, she's getting so close to Andy. If I say anything, they might come after me.
But it makes you wonder, have she been behind the scene backbiting everybody that she's done business with? We saw it with us, SWB. We know she's doing it with Nene and all the other people around her. And poor Drew, she's so stupid.
Hi, AJ, sound off.
Hello, Sharrell. Hi, Perry. Oh,
What's
you
up?
took me off guard there. Hi. Good evening. So I guess we're talking about Kandi. So I'm glad everyone woke up to Kandi.
You can talk about the show if you want.
Yeah. No, we could talk about Kandi because I love dragging Kandi. But you know me, I've always dragged Kandi, and I'm glad everyone has seen her for what she is. I've been saying this from the beginning. Okay, this woman is so shrewd and so conniving. But yet she hides with this smile. And do you know what? You've got to be careful, because if she gets off the show, she's going to do YouTube full time. So you may not want her in your space. So, yeah. But also I feel bad for, Todd, because, I can see why, she drags him around like a dog. Really, I mean, he has no life other than hers. I mean, at this point, he can carry her bags, right? I mean, he's got those beautiful children and family, which is great, but he's begging for a life, and she won't give him one. Do you know what I mean? He wants a business, and she keeps pushing him off, and there's going to be an argument about this season.
Someone said Phaedra lied on her. What was the lie, Deandra? Because she said she admitted herself in group sex. She admitted in group sex, which is weird to me. I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But that's what Phaedra was saying, that she wanted to sleep with Portia, and that she had kissed her and all of that. What was the lie?
I mean, this lesbian rumor has been going around for years. I mean, Missy Elliott, allegedly.
Oh my
Um,
God.
MC Light, maybe too. Let's throw some people in there. I
To
mean,
get
she's been
somebody
around.
fired, let me
It,
tell you, a lot of things went wrong with this show.
yes.
And there's a reason that the show went down when Carlos left. Because number one, Andy, when you have a cast that works, you keep that cast together. It makes no sense why he would just start bringing in randoms and people that really didn't have anything to do with the storyline.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
go ahead.
he's gone. He's gone completely doolala. This might be a midlife crisis, or I don't know. But Lucifer's lost it. He has really lost the marbles, and I think I don't know what we can say for him. I mean, he's got Ben and Lucy, beautiful children, and a fulfilled life, and maybe that's changed a little bit the direction. He's just more. He was selfish before, but he's super selfish now.
Really
I think.
bad. And he's mad
Yeah,
at Bethany.
and
Emmanuel. Hi,
he
Emmanuel.
don't want to pay anybody.
Hey, Sharrell.
Yeah, you got to pay. Sound off.
Let me say this because I heard an interview with Andy Cohen, and he said Phaedra was never going to be fired. The reason they had to let her go was because Kandi told all of the cast not to film with her. So he said it was going to be hard for them to film the season, but they were not going to fire her like from the beginning. But let me say something to the chat because I see a lot of Kandi fans over here. Let me tell y'all something. Sharrell likes to tell the truth. She does not kiss no one's behind, and she does not bow down to anyone.
Right.
So if the truth hurts y'all, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. The show is the most boring thing I've seen. Yesterday was a waste of my hour. I wish I could get it back. And Kandi, I'm so glad people are seeing her for who she is. She's conniving. She's a manipulator. She likes to gaslight people, downplay their feelings. And what I find it so creepy that she's so fixated on trying to prove that Drew kissed another woman. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's like
She's done it herself.
She's trying to out her.
Yeah.
But when we talk about her and Todd sleeping with other people, that gets hushed immediately.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk about that. Don't talk about it.
And also the way that she did Nene wrong and like blindsided her, she's done that lots of times. When she brought Kenya back, that was a blindside live on TV. We saw it. When she came in all pregnant and Cynthia and her plotted with Bravo producers and stuff to go behind her back. And when they went into her closet, when she told them not to go into the closet, and then she had a fight with one of the producers, they were at the end of her era. It was all written that she would have to go. She really did, and you could tell in that reunion, that was just such a bad reunion.
Let me say this: this whole sexual stuff is going too far.
Yes.
Stop shoving it down people's throats. People like to talk about it, whatever, but she does it way too much. That's why Wendy Williams called her disgusting and filthy, because all she likes to talk about is sex. Like, enough. Is that all you can bring to the table?
Yeah, and
I didn't know Wendy Williams called her that, but I hear that she has a show called Candy Coated Nights, and it's
oh my God, that is what I meant by the dildo channel. That is Candy Coated Night, right? That's the dildo channel. That's what I kept saying. Oh.
And then one more thing, Sharrell, and then I'll drop off. When you have time later, check what I sent you on Instagram, because Kenya Moore is scared as hell for her job.
Well, she should be. I like Kenya. Let me get this straight. I like Kenya, but they got orders from the higher ups to cut the budget. Kandi and Kenya are in danger, and I feel bad for Kenya. Now, you ask me, what's the difference between Kandi and Kenya? Kenya is a hot mess, but Kenya doesn't go after other people's careers.
And she's broke compared to Kandi.
And she's a single mother. She's a single mother.
She really needs the job.
Yeah.
She's paying alimony, allegedly. She's going to pay her ex-husband money too, right?
Most likely. That's still going on, but Kenya's in danger. She really is in danger. Hi, Denzel. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Sound off.
How you doing, Perry and
Good.
Sharrell, everybody. That's good. Listen, Sharrell, I love you and Perry, and I love everybody. This is my opinion. If y'all don't agree, I respect that. Listen, some people saying that, a lot of people saying that, Kandi is out in Drew. I don't believe that. What I do believe is that she's just calling her out for lying, because she said that Kandi was lying on her, and that's why Kandi spoke about it, because Drew was lying on her. And not only that, she wasn't the one. She's not the one that filmed that video. Marlo filmed the video.
Well, let me ask you this, Denzel. Is it cool to out people sexuality?
No, it's not. No, it's not. But no, it's not. But the point, some people is missing the point. It's not because of that. The point is that Kandi got upset with Drew because Drew lied on Kandi, saying that it didn't happen. And look, Kandi said it happened. Marlo even said that happened, and Kenya said it happened. And on season 13 reunion, LaToya said that they did kiss. Now, come on.
You're right, Denzel. She did.
So
and she kissed Portia.
Huh?
Absolutely.
No, they showed the tape, and they showed the tape with she kissing Portia, not she kissing Drew.
Yeah,
right. So
Portia.
I understand people saying, "Well, who cares?" The point is, don't lie about it. See me. This is me. I hate a liar. If you lie on me, I'm gonna call your ass out on it. Don't lie on me.
So you like the storyline? You like the storyline?
It didn't bother me, because the thing is, again, she lied about it, and not only that,
why does Drew have to answer what goes on in her bedroom, but Kandi doesn't?
No, but see, this is the point. The point is that Drew lied about it. That's the problem.
Hey, Denzel.
She lied.
Okay,
she lied.
Denzel.
Yes.
If Drew lied, okay, and Kandi was for sure that she lied, why would Kandi get on the after show and say, "Well, maybe I saw things differently"?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think she just don't want to argue, because even on the episode she said we can agree to disagree, because it's not going to get anywhere. And again, it got brought up. I'm just keeping it real, Sharrell. The reason why it got brought up is that Marlo, she took the video, she recorded the video, and that I believe she sent it to the production, and the production, if they should have cut that out. They should have cut that out. And this is another thing. Look, Nene, Kandi didn't do nothing to Nene. Okay, Nene, she has backstabbed people. She backstabbed people. She has fallen out with a whole lot of people. And not only that, with Phaedra. Now Phaedra, she accused Kandi of the R word. That you don't do. That's dirty. That's low down and dirty.
That's just a read. In my opinion, it's just a read.
Well, and look, and this is the thing. I'm like I said, I'm keeping it real. And the thing is that okay, so Nene's saying that she's saying that Bravo and Andy Cohen is racist allegedly. Well, okay, if that was the case, well, why did she stay on the show?
Well, hold on. So you believe that Andy Cohen treated those black cast members fairly?
Listen, I do. See, this is the thing. I do but I do believe it is some racism going on Bravo. I do. The point that I'm saying is, I think Nene is she's full of, excuse my language. I think Nene is full of shit, because if that was the case, why did she go? Why did she stay on the show? And not
That's
only
kind of
that,
sad,
why?
Denzel, because
What?
you shouldn't agree to any kind of racism. Yeah, but
No.
because if Andy Cohen's being unfair,
Okay.
then he
Okay.
needs to stop it.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you know what is, reading the chat. I'm reading the chat, and
Don't read the chat.
I need to be careful with that. But that person talking about I'm slow. Next caller,
No,
okay,
don't read the chat.
Don't read the chat.
Don't read the
okay.
chat.
You think
Do not read the chat.
I sound slow?
Denzel,
Okay,
don't read the chat, honey.
right. I need to go. I need to get,
Don't
better
read
with
the
that.
chat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just people rude. People are rude. I get that a lot. People just rude.
Listen to me,
But
Denzel.
Denzel, do
You're
you think that
entitled. You're
Yeah.
she's
entitled to
deflecting?
your opinion, and
And
that's all these
you as well.
opinions. So don't listen to them. There's a bunch
Right.
of paid goons in the chat.
Yes, you are entitled to your
Yeah.
opinion.
I'll
Hey,
put them along.
Yeah,
Denzel,
because
I
I'm
just want to
already.
watch the show you're watching, because this sounds a little bit more interesting
Well,
than the one that
well, yeah,
we're
no,
seeing.
well, no, because and look, I'm already pissed off today. So I don't got time with people. I don't. But the thing is, look, I do. Don't get me wrong. I do like Nene. I love Nene. But the point is that, okay, if she felt that way, why did she think Andy Cohen and Bravo? I'm just confused on that part. That's
I
the
think
thing.
Nene made the same mistake that Candace
Yeah.
made.
Mhm.
You are the favorite. You think he likes you, but he
Can I say
doesn't.
something real quick, and then
Can I
I'm
say
going to get
something as
off?
well?
Hey,
Okay.
Denzel, I'm going to tell you this, and I don't know if you've ever experienced it. It's what people deal with every day on their jobs, okay?
Mhm.
And as a result of it, there's things that they see that go down. They may speak on it, but they don't want to
Mhm.
lose their livelihood, because that's how they put
Okay.
food on their tables. I
Okay.
will tell you this. Sometimes people will stand there with you and say they are in agreement with it. But when it comes time to actually go before the bosses with the complaint, they are the
Mhm.
only people standing alone. So you can't base your opinion or just on the fact that she should have left. But I
Okay.
will tell you this, that happens in the workplace. That happens across the USA every day. That today there's someone dealing with some form of racism on their job. And they may
Okay.
not speak up because they are in fear of losing their job and their livelihood, because they have to pay for their housing, they have to pay for their livelihood. So
Not
people
just
do not
racism,
speak up.
though. It's sexual,
Yeah,
too.
yes, SA, all of that. So
Mhm.
people don't speak up because of that. So just kind of sort of remember that. And
Okay.
please, sweetie, do not read the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a better job with that. Am I being long? Am I being long with it, Sharrell?
No, Denzel, I
Okay.
wouldn't have
Oh,
you on my show. I ask you to come on
okay.
my show every day.
Yeah, because I like because like I said, I love you and Perry. Y'all good people, and y'all have a right to your opinion as well. And I experienced racism, and I left the show. I'm not show. I left my job because I said, enough is enough. I respect Sheila opinion. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe they do need to reboot the show. I don't know.
Yeah, and do you know what? With
I'm gonna
with
come back to you,
Kandi,
Denzel, because you're flustered. Calm down, and I'll be back. Okay.
Okay.
do you,
Michelle,
do you
sound off.
think, Sharrell, do you think that
Hey,
oh, sorry.
hi, Denzel. I'm very upset about you being upset. Okay, dear. Take everybody's advice. Woosah, and don't read the chat. If people are going to respond in that way as opposed to responding to what you say, which is a totally different situation, that's on them. Please don't let that get to you.
Thank you. That was sweet.
That was sweet.
In terms of, like Denzel, I have a difference of opinion. First of all, I have said from the very beginning, from jump, when this whole situation with Nene and the lawsuit and all this other kind of stuff came up, that standing alone and doing this makes it harder. Organizing as many people, not just on your cast, but Real Housewives of Potomac, Married to Medicine, because there was a precedent. Mariah was a precedent. Mariah walked differently. And I don't see it as a service to Nene to say that Kandi is the reason why nobody stepped up. I don't know that to be true. If she chose not to, for whatever reason she chose not to do it, there were other people who were there on that cast as well as others. If Nene had organized them, I think having more than one person on this thing, like this current situation is going on.
Well, I don't think you understand, Michelle. Did you listen to the Carlos King interview? She tried to organize them, and they all were supposed to stand up. And then when she stood up,
yeah, I did see both iterations of the interview. I did see that, and I've heard Nene in other discussions as well around this. And I also remember some of the things that were going on in real time. I just think it's a disservice to Nene and as well as to Kandi to blame Kandi for everyone not speaking up.
Who's blaming Kandi?
Well, it sounds to me like, Nene is out here on her own and she's doing this. And by Kandi saying that she didn't think that Andy is a racist on that clip that you played. And then just some of the things that were stated afterwards, it sounded like the blame was on Kandi for.
No, it should have sounded like Kandi backstabbed Nene. Because if you tell me you're going to come with me and we're going to stand up for each other, and then I turn around, not only do you not stand up, you go.
Don't be tardy for the party. She kept out that song too.
You go behind my back and give him reasons why I should be fired. And then you come out and say that there's not racism, Andy's not racist. That's going too far, because you might not want to do anything about it. But what about your fellow cast members?
Now, I see that last part is the thing that gets me twisted a little bit. The fellow cast members can and should speak for themselves. I've been that person. I used to be a shop steward at my job. And there were times when I had to stand alone with 100 and so many other people who, some of whom were Black, when I stood up and I had made a specific claim about what I had noticed, not just with me, but with other people like me. And I stood alone. I know what that's like. It happens in corporate America all the time, where somebody's going to go up and say something.
Can you say that? It's not right.
It's not right.
And the one that we're going to change.
Right. But guess
she
what?
Should change.
Change does not happen if no one speaks up, right? If no one brings it to the forefront. Whatever the situation is in terms of what was going on with Andy, and Andy's upset about this, that, and the third, and is he a racist or isn't he a racist? I don't know to be true. Am I surprised if it is? Absolutely not. But I don't know that to be true. Oh. Now, in terms of the situation, I don't know him personally. I've never worked with him, so I don't know. But in terms of the whole situation with this Drew situation, Denzel, I agree with, is that it had more to do with the lie, the quote alleged lie, as opposed to her kissing somebody. Now, am I sick of this? Absolutely. Like I was sick of Marlo bringing up something from 2-3 years ago, and they bringing up this whole matter 2 years later. Yeah, I'm sick of it. There's so much going on in these ladies' lives that I'd be more interested in hearing about then who Drew kissed or did not kiss, and if you saw it and I didn't see it, that's a whole bunch of mess. And I
Kandi
wish
is
they would get rid of
deflecting.
it. But in
Kandi's
terms of
deflecting.
equating that, in terms of equating that situation with what was going on with Portia and Phaedra, two different situations.
How is it two different situations?
Two different situations.
How's
The
it two
thing
different?
is with the thing is with what Portia had said and said she got from Phaedra was that there was accusation of SA, right? And there was accusations of drugging her. Different situation, totally, entirely, right? That's where it gets criminal.
You're kind of
No,
Is
don't agree.
Molly? I have a
I
question.
don't
Isn't
agree.
Molly giving someone a Molly? Isn't that a drug?
It was Portia's fault.
Yeah.
It was all Portia's
Isn't
fault.
that a drug? And that's what, and people are, it's like semantics. It's words. Drugging Molly. Same difference. It's just a word. The fact of the matter,
But the thing is that these
That's
are
right, Zari.
criminal
fact.
allegations. These are criminal allegations, right? What, SA criminal. Slipping somebody a
Yeah,
money,
okay.
But did
criminal.
she not come out
she
and
didn't-
say this is what they do?
But
She
it
said they
did
might
not
drug
come out
you.
and say,
That's what she
yes,
said.
if that's what they do on, if, well, SA
In their
is a totally
personal life.
different situation. And what Portia said specifically was she accused her of the attempted R.
I understand
Right.
that. It goes again with the semantics of words.
Yeah.
And
No.
I totally agree with you. Someone saying that, yes. But the fact of the matter, she kind of lightweight admitted that is what they do. And then if you hear about the fact that she makes people sign
NDA.
that, yes,
I
that,
would make somebody sign an NDA
Yeah.
too.
well,
No,
first of all,
on a
why do you need all
reality
those
TV
people in your
show?
bedroom?
On
You
a
know,
reality
Like,
TV
okay,
show?
let me, hold on.
I don't dictate
Can I
what goes on
can
in
I go
anybody's
next,
Hold on,
please,
bedroom.
Sharrell?
And I
Hold
don't,
on, Michelle. Let me let Don give Don the mic, and maybe you'll understand what we're talking about. Because people use slang, and I could say, "Girl, she wants that girl. She wants that P." They gonna drug her and rape her ass. Does that mean it's really gonna happen? Nobody really thinks that Kandi's raping people. The authorities would have been called in
right.
if
But
that
And
was
it was
how
Portia.
Exactly.
It was all
in the
Portia
show.
that said
That's
it.
how Portia presented it. And
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying it's a different situation entirely from the whole
Do you
Drew
think Kandi's
situation.
raping people?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
Okay.
Well then,
Can
who
I say this?
cares?
Do you
It's
understand that
just a
people
read.
use slang all the time? Like,
sorry, I
if
didn't hear
it's
the
somebody's
question.
lying, I'm saying that's cap. That's capping. That's how people talk in their everyday life. No one thought that Kandi's really going to rape anybody because I would have called the prison.
Exactly.
But that's how
Exactly.
Portia
Sharrell, she did.
presented it on
Sharrell,
the
she did
show.
say that people are calling her Bill Cosby at one
But
point, but I
not
don't know
only
how
that,
that's
look at it
true.
this way. How many of us have friends that give us gifts in our little pocketbooks to walk around that our other spouses, someone else's spouses have control over?
Sheila, that's nasty. Let me move on
Exactly.
to Don.
That's
Hey,
my
Tom.
point. And consider the
Kandi does
source.
a lot of sexual stuff.
Hey, Tom.
Exactly.
It's
Hey,
not
what's going
funny
on,
to
everybody?
put a
Hey,
vibrator in my
what's
panty.
up? What's up?
What's up?
Go ahead,
We,
Don.
we have to be realistic here. Kandi couldn't even keep her own story straight last night. With the two flashbacks that were shown, she said two different stories. Well, the first flashback, she said, maybe I saw it. And on the first flashback, she said, I didn't see anything. So she couldn't keep her own story straight. And the first flashback, the first flashback was from 2 years ago, right after the incident happened.
Because I was aware of that. So do you think Andy Cohen or production is throwing Kandi under the bus when they do that shit?
Whenever they do a flashback, they're trying to say, I caught you in a lie. And they not only gave one flash a lie, they gave two flashbacks on Kandi with a lie. One right after it happened and one last year. No, one right after it happened and one when she interviewed LaToya on her show. So she can't even keep her own story straight. So how can you come to somebody else and try to hold them accountable on what you quote unquote saw and you don't even know what you saw? Get it together.
Exactly.
That's true. You gotta.
You don't know what's this shit.
If you're
And
gonna
you know
accuse
what,
somebody else,
Sharrell, you were saying earlier about her doing the show with SWV and bringing like how it all came about. And I was kind of like happy that Natasha got exposed and her gay husband. I mean, her husband that all got exposed. So it had to happen in one way
JJ,
or
you're
another.
messy. Let me move on.
It had to
Sherelle,
happen.
Sherelle, wait a minute,
That's
wait
the
a
one
minute.
good thing, Sherelle. I mean, she gave us
One
was
quick
that.
thing, and let's not forget and pretend that it was not brought up when her friend did the court stuff
Mm-hmm.
and had that information going on, and she was brought up within that. That wasn't on
Oh, oh my
RHOA.
God.
That
Okay.
wasn't on the show.
Can you
So
be
let's.
specific about that?
I'm
There's
those
a
You
known
talking about,
allegations.
you talking about with T.I. and Tiny when
Yes,
they was
those allegations weren't brought up on ROA. Those
And that's
allegations were brought up in Georgia court.
right. So maybe
So
Portia meant
it's not
Hold on,
just
Tanya.
it's not just what you all are trying to say. Innocent Fawn, dear Kandi did absolutely nothing when it was brought up in court.
Right.
Not just on a produced show.
and the dog. I love that chair avatar.
Absolutely lift every chair and sing till earth and heaven ring.
I'll say this.
Well, let me say this
If,
real fast. Can I say something? Sherelle?
no, go ahead, Perry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to address this to Michelle because I know she had said herself that Portia came out with the allegations of SA, right?
Mhm.
Now, how would Phaedra get into it by repeating something Portia said? It's probably now we talking about the criminal element of it. Kandi did the same thing, and Denzel can say Drew was just mad at Kandi because Kandi didn't say anything. Kandi had to say something for her to call her a liar, but Kandi spread the same thing that she's kissing this other girl. I'm not saying it's criminal by her saying it, but I'm saying if Kandi says she's kissing this girl, then come back and say, well, I'm not sure if I seen that or not. She's throwing out allegations the same way Phaedra did. Am I correct?
And it could
I'm
affect
not
her
going to say
marriage.
that I'm not going to equate the two in terms of saying that they both did the same thing. Phaedra says she heard it from the streets, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
But in
we
terms
can't
of
equate
what
the two
happened,
because they're getting a divorce now. We still don't know the reason behind it. Maybe that's the reason.
but in terms of what happened with this situation in that episode where Marlo recorded this situation. Now, it wasn't like the cameras from the
Michelle?
We lost her.
it was Marlo who did that, and she circulated it at least to one person that we know of. So that's how this thing came out. We wouldn't have known about it unless the show got wind of it, put it out there like we saw, and then this whole mess comes up for like 2 episodes now. So I don't see it to be the same.
But let's say this. Let's say for the sake of argument that Kandi was having people in her bed and stuff like that, and it was true. Let's just say it was true. Would it be a bad thing to get somebody fired because you didn't want that out in public?
No, I mean, that's her business. That's between her, Todd, and whoever and whatever they're doing.
No. I said, would it be a bad thing because she got Carlos and Phaedra fired for talking about something you did?
Exactly.
I'm not following it, but go ahead.
Let me just say this, Sharrell. What she means to say is that if you can. I can't hear. Hello?
Oh, hold on. Let me move. I'll give you a second. Don,
sorry.
were you finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Sharrell, am I still on here? Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't see your
Moving
name.
around.
Go ahead, Jennifer. Sound off.
Okay. Do I have static though?
You really do. And if you leave, you might not come back in. I have a long line.
I know. I'll make it quick then.
Okay.
I want to say that Andy is a very sexual person. If you think about.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's a freak, definitely. But you know,
What
this
happened?
was a flop. The show was a flop.
Hold on.
And
Steven, are you there? Steven? Okay, everybody's coming out.
I'm going to leave so more people can come up. I think I made my point.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Okay,
Thank
you
you,
guys have a
Sheila.
good evening. Bye bye.
Have a good one, you too. Hi, Stephen. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? Can I turn my
Yeah.
camera off?
Hi, Stephen. How are
Stay.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I moved house. I'm going to turn my camera off though because I look like a mess. Right, I have got a list of things to say, and I'm not going to read the chat because I am not bothered. Right. So first off, I think the show is boring. You're right. But scandalously, the ratings are exactly the same as the Real Housewives of OC. So, Sharrell, I completely agree with you because the narrative that surrounds Atlanta with the same ratings is very different to the narrative and the rhetoric that is around OC. Right? So,
Hold
the way
on.
that people
Everybody go on mute. Somebody has something in the background. Go ahead.
So the way that people talk about the show, the coverage it's getting, the opinions, the kind of coverage, I do think Atlanta's being hate watched more than normally watched right now. It's boring. They went to the most what that part of Portugal is beautiful, but you go there to sunbathe and do bugger all. Okay, it's the Algarve. Why did they not go to Lisbon, to Faro, to where it's kicking off, and scandalously as well? Drugs are totally legal in Portugal as well, so they could all got off their heads for free because there's prohibition, so they're good. So actually, it probably would have worked out for them all perfectly.
Are
Now,
you sure?
yep, you can get. Yeah, you won't get arrested for possession in Portugal. They have. I can't remember the word now. It's the only one of the only countries in the world that does it. Sideline though, I understand where people get confused. Well, not confused, where it doesn't add up with the network and the treatment of individuals. Because if Phaedra, look, Phaedra did whatever she did, whatever it was, mess, rah, 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 rah. I can't be bothered to go down that route. But where I see where it throws people off is a few years down the line, Phaedra's on Girls Trip. Phaedra is allowed to waltz on door and do a scene on Dubai. Phaedra is back on Married to Medicine. So people then look back at the past and go, well, hold on a minute. If this was all so bad, and like you said, it was, why has she been allowed to do this? What really went on then behind the scenes? Like maybe playing into what Andy was saying, it wasn't that what she did was that bad, but we couldn't have her film. And there was obviously some sort of understanding, something that went on and was said, and some kind of agreement. I do think it's a little bit dangerous when we're talking about all the stuff that, no offense, people, but everyone clutching their pearls and acting pure as white. Good for you if you live like that. So what if Andy's allowed to do what he wants with whoever he wants, as long as it's legal, above board, regardless, he's a single parent, whatever. Like, I don't really think that's the least of our troubles. But I think, and the same with the Kandi thing too. But I think Kandi is allowed to speak on it because the network takes a cut, as we all know now, with the contract negotiations and with what anyone does. The networks have a leg in with every housewife that is on that show and has a business with them. It is not just about oh, okay, are they popular? Are they boring right now? They might be boring as hell, but if She by Sharrell is suddenly making a lot of money, just like Shannon Bedour's food thing on QVC has made the Bravo some of the most money ever because they have a cut of that business. Like say, it is a business. The network will look at
but let me slow you down, Stephen. What business makes you give them a percentage of their other business?
Well, they have to sign it away. Anything that you start on,
and that's why they're trying to get that law removed. That I can't work for the grocery store and then do YouTube, and they say you give me half of your YouTube check.
Well,
what?
So I'll end on this point because I think I really want you to go. I know it's a bit off off subject a little bit, but I think it's really important because I found out this today about Bethenny. There is a YouTuber, an influencer called Bunny or whatever. Bethenny was launching a show called Mommy Mafias, right? This is only a couple of years ago. Executive producer on that show was part of the contracts, and the whole cast before they got picked up for any network, they had a no. They weren't allowed to go to any other auditions for 12 months. And the contract, she's on in TikTok talking about this. there was a clause that they could take 12% of her Instagram earnings for 12 months. So Bethenny knows all of this because Bethenny was hands-on in these kind of contracts trying to do people like this in reality TV. So it's all a great big pile of crap, I think. This steaming crap. Sharks out there swimming around, getting views, getting clicks, doing whatever they need to do to keep themselves afloat. That's the negative side of life. Far from that, all I'll say about Roa is I don't think it should be completely rebooted, just purely on what we're seeing with New York. I think they need to do like a season 5 New York thing where we rip out practically 5 people, keep 2 on there, and just keep some kind of I don't know, some kind of loyalty there, and then do it. I think that's the happy medium, and I'm not gonna. And yeah, I do think that talent is treated differently. Look at Mariah Huck on Married to Medicine, and Jax and his dirty wife, and all them.
That's another thing.
So yeah,
Jax
it's all
is
the
back.
optics.
After using the N-word, he's back.
Yeah, and look at what we've got coming up. We've got Morocco delayed and an allegation. Why are they not shelving that while it's still in negotiation? Why would you even go and air that in January when you've got that kind of mess about to happen? How are those 2 women agreeing before that's aired, before they've seen any footage, to say, yeah, you can run with a narrative that I got touched up, or you can let me sit there for 6 episodes and be accused of X, Y, Z? What's going on in the background? Shelve it. Why even put it out there so then we all end up on here screaming and shouting about how unfair everything is? Just bin it. Just can it. It's a bin fire. And on that note, muchos gracias. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, what about Nini?
Hi,
What about
Stephen.
Nini?
Hold on.
No. Let someone else talk about Nini. I've chatted my business. There you go.
Thank you, Stephen. Long time no see. Don't be a stranger. Smoke, sound off real quick.
Yeah, I'm just checking in because I don't watch Raw anymore. I haven't watched this season for the most part, so I just clicking to see y'all in the shenanigans.
Smoke.
Hi, y'all. But honestly, I think, and I was talking to Chat to Don, and in my opinion, I was like, Raw is basically like that great auntie. Take her off life support. Call Phaedra Parks to arrange the services so that she can be buried casket shop.
The Willy Wonkas.
And we can move on with our life. Honestly, I think reality TV as a whole has gone down. It's not just Roa, it's just all over. It's scripted reality TV. It's not reality television. So I think the genre as a whole needs a whole revamp where you get rid of writers and you just go back to just people with the camera, with the crew, and just build the story from there. So I think that's the problem. In regards to Nene and Kandi, they never really saw it from each other. They're really like oil and water. They never truly mix. But I do believe that Kandi has some underlying tendencies where she will go behind people's back if it means that it's to uplift herself. That's just my opinion. And the thing about the whole Drew kissing a girl and why Kandi gets so upset about it, I'm like, it's giving borderline like obsessive.
It's Atlanta.
Like, why do you care if someone kissed another woman? Like, why do you have any investment? But then when people get invested in you and Todd and the fact that we call him daddy daycare and you're not around your children, he's raising the kids, then you want to get upset and mad. Pick a struggle and stick with it. Either you condition and take it back, or just shut the hell up and put your kegels in your ass and keep it moving.
Well, I love you, Smoke.
You said it. I love you too, baby.
Oh my God. Put your kegels on.
I love it, Smoke.
Oh my God. So, has anybody on the panel not had it? And by the way, who are you, Smoke?
I don't know. I just found this really interesting picture. Like, who y'all talking? Like, who are you talking about?
That's Kiera Sheard.
Y'all are messy. Is anybody on the panel haven't talked yet?
Oh my God, it's that Queen Up and Shout. Oh.
Okay. Hi, Callie. Sound off. What time is it? Yeah, we got 6 minutes. Go ahead, Callie.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say really quickly, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this rumor that this entire Bolo thing was fake and made up. And this is why Tanya left the show. And the more Kandi keeps mixing up this story, the more I'm starting to believe this rumor. I already kind of suspected it.
Wait, start from the beginning. The whole Bolo thing was made up. What do you mean?
He just came in and danced for them, and that's all that happened.
No, he did stuff with Portia.
So you saying that he didn't really sleep with Portia?
People saying that they actually know people that work in production and that this whole thing was a made up story, which is why Tanya refused to work with them anymore.
Girl, what?
Yes.
I
I'm
know.
over this
And
show
that could
now.
also explain why Kandi cannot keep the story straight because it's not real.
Damn.
Okay, so
Right.
that's why this show needs to go. They're making up storylines, not just here. Let's on remember, do you guys remember Kyle said that someone broke into her house and stole her stuff and she had to buy her
Yes.
stuff back
Yeah.
from the robber?
And it was,
she
and
said
it was
that.
Teddy. And it was Teddy all along. No, so
It's so
Oh.
fake. Andy Cohen ought to be ashamed of himself. This is like nothing like the show started out. They just need to cancel Housewives, period. They're running
no.
scams. All those people are running scams.
I think it's been fake for a few seasons. We're just now catching on because they can't keep their lies straight because to tell a consistent lie for 3 years is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
But
listen.
they're all broke.
I support Bethenny Frankel. I think they need a union. I think that they need to start getting treated fairly. There need to be some kind of protocol, some rules, because Andy Cohen's running amok. I'll pay you what I want to pay you. I'll pay her what I want to pay her. And if you make me mad, I'll make sure you never work in this town again.
Sorry, Sharrell. I don't feel sorry for them at all. And I join a union.
You stop interrupting.
I'm sorry, Sharrell. This is not like real life. Like there are people out here who are nurses who want
But nobody
more
should have
money.
the power. Nobody
I don't care
should have
about
the
Nene getting her money or Bethenny getting clout.
Okay, no boss should have the power to make or break you. No boss should be able to say, you don't
That's
work in
true.
this town, period, again. Andy
That's true.
Cohen is really feeling himself. And
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
like,
little toxic environment that he's got going over there. And it needs to be shaken up. I agree. If he doesn't want Nene on Bravo again, yeah, good. Get rid of her.
Did you hear that Jax
Thank
is
you.
coming back? Jax is coming back. And
Yeah.
Brittany. So
Okay, let me
he's
finish.
bringing all the
Yeah, that's
Please,
bad
please stop,
timing.
AJ. Please.
They're being sued again and decide to bring these people. That is, I don't.
You
Mhm.
fired them
Right.
for being racist, and then you
Yes.
bring them back. What kind of message does that send to Black people?
Exactly.
You fired him, you called him a racist, and then you bring him back. Andy Cohen is running amok, and it needs to be stopped. And it should have been stopped by the Black women on the cast, but since it wasn't, congratulations, Bethenny. I really appreciate what you're doing. They're running amok. And plus they're self-destructing. The show is worse than horrible.
Yep.
Can I say
Well-
one quick thing, Sharrell, before you leave?
Mhm.
It was okay for Nene to gather the troops when they went in for season 4 to get a raise. They all came together under one lawyer and demanded a raise from the show because they had the higher ratings. But it was simply amazing that they couldn't gather together again to talk about the things that they talked about in their text messages about the racism and the mistreatment that was going on. I just find it interesting.
And if we don't do anything about the racism and we let it slide and say he's not racist, it's just going to keep happening.
Can I
And
say something?
I'm tired of Black people, Black women, specific, I'm going to be real specific, getting the crumbs for the paychecks. Yeah, you let Kandi get a lot of money, but what about the rest of us? I just think that when it comes to racism, we need to come together as a group. I think what she did, thinking about herself, is absolutely horrible. And it doesn't help other Black people. Why can't we be like the Jewish people and come together? When Kanye said that stuff, they weren't playing with him. They were dropping him. He lost ad revenue. They weren't playing. Why we gotta turn on each other? Why did Kandi say, oh, he's not racist? Let them other people deal with that. Why we turn on each other? And the sexual stuff, you never out anybody that doesn't want to be outed.
Right.
Bravo
I say
is trash.
Well said.
Can I say something, Sharrell?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I agree. I agree what you saying, Sharrell. I do. Yeah, people shouldn't out anybody, but the thing is that just don't lie about it. Just tell the truth. Why lie about it? Just tell the truth. And You know,
But
can't
you know what,
Kathy
Denzel?
Griffin.
Them arguing over stupid stuff really doesn't matter. For me, it's the racism, it's the exploitation of working for free.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
guys,
I'm not.
that's
yeah.
Why we gotta work for free? Kim
Well, yeah,
Kardashian's
that's
not
true.
working for free.
That's true.
But
And
that
you
is
know,
the
and you know what?
why we have reality shows, because they were trying to go around the unions. You guys got to remember why
Exactly.
reality shows
But that
were
doesn't make it
created
okay.
in the first place. No, it is dead wrong. They should have unionized years ago. I'm surprised they've
Yeah,
gotten away
yeah.
with this long.
Yeah.
But reality shows were predatory from the beginning.
And they're saying stop treating us like dirt. That's all they're saying. Sebastian, really quickly, sound off.
Okay. This is going to be very polarizing. I see where you're coming from, Sharrell, but I can't agree with you at all. You said we cannot be staying quiet for the checks and stuff like that. We can't. But Lanithia stayed quiet for many years. Nene stayed
So
quiet
does that
for
make
many
it
years.
right?
It doesn't make it right, but Nene stayed quiet for many years when she was collecting her 2.8, almost $3 million per season.
I'm just tired of getting shitted on as a Black person.
I understand that 100%.
I'm
but
tired of getting shitted on. And why can't we come together? That
you
will
won't get.
Nene didn't do this and that. Like, you guys are thinking of all the reasons to separate us.
I'm not thinking of separation.
Okay, Sebastian, take Nene out the equation. Okay,
taking Nene
how
out
do
the
you
equation.
feel? How do you feel about Black women? Okay, that you see on these shows being mistreated, misused, abused, and nobody stands up for them. How do you feel about that? Forget Nene altogether. We're not talking about Nene. The bigger issue is there's racism, there's sexual exploitation that's going on, and nobody's doing anything to stop it. Take Nene out the equation for me.
I'm going to take Nene out of the equation. But the thing is, what we do need to ask ourselves this: have they not benefited themselves with their own personal brands?
So does that mean that we leave the other Black people to fend for themselves because Nene at one time got paid money? And
No, Black people need to come together, and it's not just all reality TV. Reality TV is not the place where people think it's not scripted. It is something that is supposed to be messy. It is something that is supposed to be dramatic. That's the whole reason why people watch reality TV. They don't watch reality TV for scripted drama. That's not what we watch it for. We watch it for this type of stuff. This is
But
exactly
I think a
why
lot
we
of
watch
it
it.
is scripted. There
want
is
the mess.
a person, and I believe this person 100%, that said that they saw them filming an episode of Love and Hip Hop, and there was literally a person
Oh, for
dictating
sure.
lines, telling them when to stand up, what position to be in. Like the whole entire scene was pretty much being directed.
I understand that. That's wrong. Reality TV should have never did that. The whole point, what gave reality TV its biggest peak when it went to the highest was the last writer's strike. That's why a lot of people tuned into reality TV. I'm saying this: Black women should have always fought for their rights, and they did. Nene did fight. All of the other women did fight because at one point they were making more than the white housewives who were on the other shows. This is a fact. Atlanta Housewives were making more money than some of the white shows. They were. Out
They
of the
were.
10 biggest paid housewives, I believe 6 of them were Black.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
saying because
they
they
were
got
the
paid, it turned the other cheek for the
No, I'm not saying
racism?
turn the other cheek. What I'm saying is don't cry. You were being essed on and everything, but now when we look at it, you were getting paid the most. Don't
Okay,
cry about
Sebastian, can
that.
I ask you this then? I mean, because you're gonna put this emphasis on they was getting paid most of the time. Now, I don't even know the answer to this question, but was the show making the most?
The show was making the most.
Okay,
The show
stop
was
for a
making the
second.
most. That's the truth.
Stop for a second though, right? If I perform in a concert and I'm making millions, and then you over here performing in one that's making thousands, of course the one over here might make more money, right?
100%.
So at what point, in this whole conversation about treatment and stuff like that, because they made the most, they got to stay silent for the rest of their life?
No, I'm not saying stay silent. That's not what I'm saying. You should have always been together from a long time ago.
Okay. Let me
It's
ask you
not
this.
now when you guys are disgruntled employees.
Okay,
that
right.
You
Let
guys
me
want
ask
to
you
come
this.
together.
Just because I pay you $2.8 million, did that mean that I can't have no racial intent towards you?
Of course, you can have racial intent towards someone.
Okay, right.
whoever you pay.
Okay.
You can have
and
that.
Then we'll go with this thing. Well, why a person stay so long? I think Sheila sort of explained it, right? That sometimes people try to keep their money in, even there endure the racism because they got to take care of their livelihood. But
Well,
just
that's
because
what
that
leads
person
to
speak about it later, does that mean they're wrong?
well, that's what leads to all this chaos. If you came together from the beginning, this would have never have happened. They should have came
Okay,
together
okay.
before they
So
became
let me say this,
disgruntled
because I think
employees.
you're heading to this spot. If Kandi get fired this year, don't come back, and she come out here and start alluding to the same thing Nene was, are you gonna be saying the same thing?
Yes, I am. I don't like Kandi Burruss. No, I don't like
The
whatever
problem is
Kandi
that she
does.
got blackballed. That's
Wait,
what's
wait, wait,
happening.
wait, wait,
Here's
She
wait,
the
wait.
got
thing,
blackballed.
Sebastian. You should never be supporting us turning on each other. When
I'm
we
not supporting
see
us turning on
that
each other. I'm telling that we
one
need
of us is in trouble, we all need to stand and hold our ground, just like the Jewish people do. But black people always find a reason to turn on each other.
I agree. We should not be
You're
turning on
saying
each
turn on
other.
them because Nene got paid the most.
I'm
That's
not saying
bullshit.
turn on them. I've never said to turn on them. What I'm saying is that the fact that you guys are all coming together now after you guys were on Bravo and not currently on, it just shows that you guys are just being disgruntled employees. Why couldn't you fight and bring things to the public while you were on the show?
No,
That's
Nina's problem is that she got blackballed. That's the issue. After she
yeah,
left the
but
show,
Monique got
That's
she
blackballed. A
got
lot of
absolutely
people
blackballed.
have been blackballed.
disgusting, Sebastian.
But that's not
We
right
don't do that.
that she got blackballed.
We gotta stick together.
I
What
agree.
does
We have
that
to stick
matter?
together.
What does that matter? She got paid the most. She didn't say anything then. So what? They all agreed that it's going down right now.
She got paid for her talent, and she's the most talented one.
She is
And she's
talented.
a
I
bad
agree.
and she's a bad
It's
actress.
bigger than Nene. This is about us not getting treated like trash anymore.
Hey,
Can I ask
Sebastian.
a
So there's people
question?
that's working for Bravo now that's in this new lawsuit. So you don't support that neither.
Let's
I do
support
support
black
them.
networks
They're
now.
probably the
Then let's
smartest
support
ones
the
out of
black
this whole
networks.
lawsuit.
Wait.
Nene, that's
Sebastian,
stuff
what were
you
you saying? Wait,
do.
Sebastian, what were you saying?
Hold on, AJ.
I do support the current ones who are in the lawsuit now, and I think that's the most smartest thing they could have ever done. Coming
Absolutely.
for unionization while being in the company.
I have to do this over and over again. Tell black people, let's take it off black people, the gay community, you have to come together when one of your own is getting dogged out. You have to come. This is why I will never respect Kandi Burruss. It's a we, not me. And nothing changes if I keep just thinking about my damn self. We need change. Bravo's trash.
This is why the incident happened in Montgomery on Saturday because
They're
of
dogging
people
the
that
black
think like
people.
this.
They're dogging women. Bravo is trash. And Andy Cohen misused his power. He's drunk with power. And so you got to kiss his ass. If you don't, he will break you.
Can I say something, Sharrell?
That's right, and destroy you, and you'll never work again.
Can I say something, Sharrell?
Really quickly.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be very quick. Yeah, you know what? Like Kathy Griffin, y'all probably heard it as well. Even Kathy Griffin said that she said it on Wendy Williams' show. She said that Andy Cohen did her.
He does a lot of people. What happened to Denzel?
He done popped off.
He does a lot of people wrong. So this is
Did you hear what I say? Because my the string yard was acting up on my phone. Did you hear what I said?
You said no. You said
No. What I was saying is that Kathy Griffin, she went on the Wendy Williams show, and she said that Andy Cohen did her wrong. So, which I do believe. So I you know what, I do believe Andy Cohen is a snake and can't be
I
trusted.
agree with you on that. I
CNN.
do believe Andy Cohen is a snake as well. I don't like the blackballing, but it's not just Andy that has blackballed people. We have our own black people ourselves who have blackballed other black actresses and etc. Blackballing
You
has
mean
always been
Oprah?
consistent.
so. What? So why are you giving
wrong
people
in
every
general.
reason not to stand up and fight?
I am standing. I want them to unionize. I have nothing against them unionizing. But
Let's be the change.
The thing is,
hold on, AJ.
Is the fact how it came out. It's not coming out right the way they're just trying to fight for this unionization. But the current employees of Bravo who are fighting as well, I think they're the smartest ones out of all of them.
Absolutely.
Sebastian,
Yeah.
I hope that your views change one day
I'm
because
saying that we should stand together. We should stick together 100%.
we should. And when I see one of our own turning on each other, It disgusts
You shouldn't
me.
be
It really
turning on
makes
each
me
other,
want to
but
throw
Nene
up.
has turned on people too. Other black actresses and other reality TV stars have turned on each other, which is wrong. It's not
That's why
something
we
that has
cannot progress. We need to progress as black people, you know,
exactly. We always
and
turn on
let's
each other, which
support
is wrong.
and we support like
Bethany has
black
turned on people
networks more.
too.
Bethany should not be leading this crusade. I
No, she
appreciate it and I'm
shouldn't.
thankful for her,
Exactly.
Thank
but
you,
why
Bethany.
aren't black
Why?
people leading their own crusade? You want to know why? Because we turn on each other and we say,
Where's
well,
Tyler
Nene
Perry?
did this and so do this. Shut up. Get on board. We're tired of being treated like the secondhand citizens, period.
Yes.
You
Where's
know,
Tyler Perry? Where's Rev Ron? Where are they?
And
These
all
know,
that other shit, Team Nene, can be taken care of later. But what you don't do is turn against me. I don't understand Kandi. Came out and said there's no racism at Bravo. Now you're going too far. Even if she just shut the hell up and just let Nene do what she was going to do, but she didn't do that. She used it as an opportunity for her to gain more power and control.
Right.
Kandi Burruss is a greedy person, and she don't care if you're black, white. Candy's out for candy.
I agree with
Yes,
that.
and do you know what? She had a go at Andy Cohen for asking about Riley's father. Remember that? And she flipped on him for that. She doesn't want to tell anything about her life.
I'm supposed to be talking about Tasha K in the case.
Oh,
I got to go.
oh, but you know, Sharrell, Sharrell, you know what, Sharrell? I know you got to go. I say this very quick. Yeah, I agree with you. Us black people, we need to stick together. We need to stop tearing each other down. Like, stop.
This person still has a point. When there was a black person in danger in Alabama, there was no questions asked. We all helped out.
But Alabama is more tight knit black community, right?
My point being is we have to stand up for equal rights. Period.
I agree 100%. 100%. I agree. I agree with you saying that we have to stand up. I believe that too.
Andy Cohen's so spiteful.
But the thing is, a lot of people, when they do stand up, when money comes into the equation, they step out. That's the problem. That's what has happened.
That's the problem.
Kandi does not move like she has $40 million, and I don't believe she actually does.
You're just starting a whole new conversation. I'm not going down that road, Callie.
Person that has that amount of money.
And she got one home. She got one home in Atlanta.
I went over today. We'll talk about the whole Kandi thing and the money thing on another video because that is another rumor.
Followers.
Oh wow!
10 million followers and 10,000 likes.
I can't. All right, you guys. Look, I went over today. I gotta come back and talk about Tasha K. husband being on the stand today.
Oh,
ooh, it's a lot going on, people. So now I gotta push it back. I'll be back about 3:30. Okay, you guys.
Sharrell, I sent you the link for that Bethenny story. Listen to what that girl says about that contract, because that proves your point even more that she ain't leading nothing.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I sent you the link. I sent you the link. Check it out.
And you, all right, you guys. On three, everybody say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.